Hey there, welcome to Technibility. I'm Berge, and we have a Nexus 5. LG Nexus 5 running on T-Mobile's network. You can see right up there it says LTE. Running on T-Mobile's LTE network. The great thing about the Nexus 5 is that it's LTE compatible, something that Nexus 4 was not. In the beginning there were some mods to get it to work with the LTE network, but in any case this comes out of the box with LTE banding. Don't forget to check out www.technibility.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are your source for no-nonsense tech. We got all sorts of great stuff. Go ahead and check us out on Twitter, Google+, as well as Facebook at Technibility. Alright, so let's get started here with the Nexus 5. Now I'm going to go through the spec rundown, and then I'm going to basically show you guys the hardware of the phone. I've been waiting for this phone for quite a while. It took them a while to ship it. Ordered it on the 17th of December. It just came yesterday. So it did take a while to ship, but that's okay. It's the black 16 gigabyte version. Okay, turn around, you can see the back. Has an almost, it has a matte finish, matte-like finish. You got the Nexus logo right there, LG. You also have the IMEI right here, which you can peel off. You have the camera, which is an 8 megapixel, and you can actually remove that sticker. I leave it on. Okay, on this side you see you got the power button plus the SIM card tray. This side you have the volume rocker. On the bottom you have the speaker, microphone, and the 3.5 millimeter, or excuse me, the 3.5 millimeter. You have the charging port, micro USB. Up here you have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Alright, you have the proximity sensors, front-facing camera, all that good stuff. Now this is a quad-core, 2.3 GHz Snapdragon 800 processor, Adreno 330 GPU. It's got 2 gigabytes of RAM. Internally comes in 16 gigabyte and 32 gigabyte models in both black and white in terms of the back color. You have an 8.6 millimeter frame, so it's a fairly thinner phone, but it's not the thinnest phone. When compared to something like, say, the Galaxy S4, it's not as thin, but it does have a unibody, or somewhat of a unibody build, because you can't take the back plate off. So it looks really good, feels really good in the hand. It has a 4.95 inch screen, and you can see a portion of that screen is taken up by the on-screen buttons, which is normal for the Nexus. They usually come with the on-screen button, so it's 4.9 inches and 4.95, but you do have that little bottom area, and then you have bezel down here on the side and then on the top. You can see the majority of it is screen. It's one of the really striking things about this phone. It really stands out because it's just literally pops right out at you in terms of its nice, gorgeous, true HD IPS display. Good viewing angles, actually great viewing angles. There are some areas where it kind of does get washed out when you angle it at a certain angle, but really, who looks at their phone like this, right? Realistically speaking. You can see right there, it's a little bit washed out, but no big deal, no big deal. Really, it's a gorgeous display. In direct sunlight, it's absolutely fantastic. So I have no complaints about the display. I absolutely love it for a close to 5-inch display. It's absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't have the same deep blacks as, say, Super AMOLED, but it really, really does strike out. I mean, it's not strike out, it's really, it pops out at you. And it's such a striking and stunning display, there's no doubt about that. Now, the first thing I want to get to before I discuss anything else about the Nexus is the speed of KitKat on this thing. Now, I'm running 4.4 and they've already sent out updates for 4.4.2, I believe. KitKat is absolutely blazing fast. This thing is super fast, and I cannot wait to do a comparison with KitKat against iOS 7.1. If you haven't already seen it, check out my video titled iOS 7.1 is blazing fast. It's running on the 5S, it's super fast. Now this is absolutely blazing fast as well. You can see entering apps, immediate to my touch. Third-party apps such as Facebook, you got YouTube, gallery, camera, people, etc. It's absolutely blazing fast. And just multitasking here, swipe them all away and I'm done. Okay, obviously you have the notification bar. You can see it swipes down all the way to the navigation buttons. It doesn't go any lower than that. You can utilize 2 fingers to get your quick settings panel. If you swipe over that way to the left of the screen, or if you swipe your finger over to the right, you get Google Now, which is actually now integrated here with KitKat, and this is a KitKat feature which we'll be covering in our fully in-depth KitKat review. Okay, you have the persistent search bar up there. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Navigate to Pasadena, California.
Navigating to Pasadena, CA.
Who is the 14th President of the United States?
Barack Obama is the President of the United States of America.
Who is the 16th President of the United States?
According to Wikipedia, Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States.
How old is Brad Pitt?
Pitt is 50 years old.
50, huh? Wow, Brad Pitt's 50. And you got Google Now also accessed from the bottom when you just swipe up from the navigation buttons, the on-screen navigation buttons. Obviously you have the back button, again the multitasking key. So it's a very comprehensive, very just super responsive to your touch. It's something that I think Android has definitely upped their game with every update. You saw with ICS, it was really quite an improvement from Gingerbread, which was 2.3 to 4.0, and then Jelly Bean 4.1. They added Project Butter, GPU acceleration, 4.3, OpenGL. Now 4.4, it's absolutely ridiculously fast. And of course, this is running on a Snapdragon 800 quad core, so it's a up, you know, obviously the latest and greatest in terms of hardware, but just in general, the software feels so good and so super fast. It's absolutely responsive to your touch, and that includes the keyboard as well, which we'll get into Hangouts right here. Go ahead and add a Hangout. Okay, and then you got the Hood Tech Man. Shout out to Hood Tech Man. All right, let's actually just go ahead and hit Perfecto. It's a really responsive keyboard. I like the clicking sounds that it makes. Of course, I didn't type that perfectly well as I'm looking through the camera while typing. In terms of the camera is actually really good. For an 8 megapixel shooter, it's a pretty solid camera. Let me just go ahead and show you guys. Obviously, this is not a good representation of a picture I'm taking. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and just take a picture here. Okay. And then, of course, you have the front-facing camera. Hey, front-facing camera. Okay. And you can see the top part right there. That's how the phone looks up top. Okay, so it's a good camera. It's very solid. You have panorama, you have all that good stuff, video as well, photosphere. So you have all those features. It's just stock Android camera. Not everyone's cup of tea. I personally like stock Android's camera. I feel like it's not too feature filled, but it gets the job done. And if you were to go into the gallery here, so just get it out of the light. Okay, let's just look at some of those pictures we just took. Okay, here's one of the pictures we took. Quality is good. Pinch zoom, super fast. Okay, so super fast pinch zoom. You can pinch in and just kind of swipe up to delete them. Alright, you can go back here and share it. Third-party apps obviously integrate here into these sharing options. They also have an edit option, so you can just go to edit the photo as you so please. So very easy to use, very comprehensive, very fast phone. I mean, even for the average consumer who probably isn't too savvy or too into the whole Nexus theme because it's more or less considered a developer phone or more of like an Android geek phone. I don't think so. I've had every Nexus and I like it, even though I consider myself a phone geek, but I think this is a phone that really is easy to adjust to for consumers. Brightness level, great brightness app. If you want to get a brightness app, no widget required. You just put the app on the home screen. You can adjust the brightness at any point. If you want a phone that's super fast, that's super responsive, that has that fluidity that you get with other platforms out in the mobile market, with the latest and greatest in hardware, with the latest and greatest in screen technology, the Nexus is the way to go. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. And of course, you have the settings here, which are very similar to 4.3 and 4.2 and other builds of Jelly Bean stock Android, about phone. If you just keep clicking on build number, you can access developer options. So, you know, you have your accounts, of course, backup and reset. You have NFC. You also have default SMS app right here, tethering and mobile hotspot, all that good stuff. Tap and pay. That's when you enable NFC, you get tap and pay. So a lot, you know, the settings aren't too confusing either. In comparison to, say, TouchWiz settings, which are absolutely kind of all over the place, these settings are actually really good. If you go to the dialer, you can see how the dialer looks. Okay, a little bit different, right, than what it was on 4.2 and 4.3. So the dialer is a little bit different. Okay, you can go to your contacts as well here. Go to people. You still have that blue, light blue, white theme, or more or less of a white theme with the light blue indicator right there on the side. So that's nice. And again, multitasking, you just simply push that button right here on the right-hand side, swipe them away, and you're closed out of everything. Okay, the gallery, again, going back to the gallery, it syncs with all of your photos and whatnot. Once you sync your account in there, you also have YouTube, which syncs with your account automatically. So you could type in Technibility. And the video quality is really good on this thing, no doubt about it. Video quality is solid. Sound quality is okay. It's not as loud as it could be, but it's you know, good enough, fair enough for what it is. Put on HD. Again, I apologize for the glare.
I'm Berge. We have a great comparison here for you guys. We got the Samsung Galaxy
Don't forget to check out Technibility.com, guys. Subscribe to the channel as well.
You can see our white. We're going to go ahead and get started with the specs on both.
Okay, got the 5S versus the S4 here on this video.
You can bring up the camera by just doing that, swiping up.
Okay, you can access your notification bar right here.
Go home, it takes you right back to the lock
Access
screen.
the quick settings as well.
By swiping your finger to the right with a
See the quick settings
passcode,
here.
or you can simply just put your finger on the home button and unlock.
Alright, and simply pushing the home button takes you home right away. Literally no stutter, no lag, no thinking. Play Store, all that good stuff that comes with that. Third-party apps run perfectly fine. Facebook app, you know, really it's super fast, just as fast as what you're going to get on your iOS counterpart. We already looked at Hangouts. It integrates Hangouts with your messages. Now that's a KitKat feature. Okay, looking at Chrome here, I'm a big fan of Chrome. I like the tabs. I feel like there's other platforms that have utilized these tabs for their OS or for their mobile browser. Not going to name names there, but you likely know what I'm referring to. You could swipe them away, go back. Here you see Technibility.com. Pinch zoom, super fast. Pan around the screen while I'm pinching. Okay, swiping, super fast. No checkerboarding, none of that. Nothing of that nature. Big fan of the browser here. That's Google Chrome. All right, so that's the stock browser that it comes with. Alright, so I like the fact now it's kind of like blink feed if you've used the HC1, that when you swipe over to the left, let me just go ahead and lower the brightness here a bit. When you swipe over to the left, you get Google Now, so all your cards and anything that you've set up will show up right here. Okay, and you know, basically for the most part, it's a refined version of 4.3. Much more refined. I mean, it's much more of an update than obviously 4.2 to 4.3, and I'm definitely a big fan. You can see the clock here, simple clock app. You could swipe over, stopwatch, and all that good stuff. Alarm. You can see the calculator here. Nothing really changed on the calculator end. Very minimal calculator. Calendar app, again, also very minimal. So, you know, Google's been doing that minimal thing with Android for quite a while now, and nothing's changed with the Nexus 5. It's still stayed the same, or similar in terms of that minimal feel and look. You got Google settings, of course. Okay, Hangouts, Keep, Maps. No bloatware on this thing. It literally comes with nothing but Google services, as well as Quick Office, which is great. Quick Office, you could set up a new document, new spreadsheet, new presentation. You got news and weather. So you got their news and weather app as well. And everything again is super fast. You could just see in the way that I'm responding or tapping on an icon, it immediately opens everything that I tap on. You got downloads, and just going back is immediate to my touch. I don't have to touch anything twice. You can see settings, maps. Let's say I want to set up a widget and go here to widgets. I want to put calendar. It's probably not going to fit right there. It'll fit right here. Okay, you can move around the calendar, of course, and it'll move the icons around for you. Remove it. Create a folder by just dragging another icon into a folder, name it, remove it out very fast, put the icon wherever you want here on the screen. Doesn't necessarily have to be on the grid, all right, so you can put it anywhere you want. Also in relation to the wallpapers, if you go to wallpapers here, very high quality. The wallpapers that they come with out of the box are very high quality. You got Sunbeam in terms of live wallpaper, this beautiful, gorgeous wallpaper right here. Okay, you can see all the wallpapers here. Just going through them one by one. Okay, see the mountain right here with the purplish. And there's no tint on the screen. There's no yellow tint or blue tint. It's very accurate in terms of its color calibration, which I like. Sometimes with these phones you get them and there's either a yellow tint or a blue tint or something of that nature. That usually happens with AMOLED displays, but in this case, you don't get any of that. Here you see Google Wallet. Alright, so you got all sorts of, it's a very simple phone. It's simplistic. There's not much customization, to be quite honest with you, but if you're a fan of speed, you want a need for speed, you want something that's fast and furious, super fast, literally doesn't have any lag, just kind of gets you where you need to go, operates third-party apps with relative ease, no stuttering, nothing of that nature, the Nexus is a phone for you. It's got the best bang for your buck, okay? This thing costs... I'll show you guys a game here. Exit out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and run a quadrant benchmark here. I was running it earlier. The scores weren't fantastic, but it could be because KitKat's not optimized for it. It could be a lot of things. Quadrant really is it's really one of those things where you can, and we wrote an article about this on Technibility.com. You can either put a lot of stock into it or not as much as you'd like. It really depends on what kind of user you are, because really, even though quadrant scores are low, this phone is faster than other phones that I've utilized and had higher quadrant scores with. So it's a very, very fast phone, regardless of the scores that we get here on quadrant. But let's just go ahead and see what we're gonna get here. Also, there's Antutu and Sunspider and all those good stuff. And look out for that video. We're going to be doing a all benchmark video soon for the Nexus. Alright, so about 7589. Again, not, well, pretty low. It's a low score. I mean, if you guys have utilized quadrant on 4.2 or 4.3, some phones with custom ROMs specifically get scores of up to 20,000. So that's pretty low. But in any case, look out for the video where we're going to do all benchmarks. Okay, so we're going to post that very soon. Alright, you can see how the notifications are. You can minimize them, you can maximize them. Alright, really good stuff. Okay. Super fast. So regardless of what quadrant says, it's still a super fast phone. No doubt about that. This thing costs $349 in the Google Play Store. With tax for the 16 gigabyte, you're going to be paying $390 with tax and shipping if you're shipping in the US. It's a hell of a deal. It's the best deal that you could possibly buy in terms of bang for your buck. With the overall package of what you're getting, nothing beats the Nexus. It's literally the best value for your dollar. It's got good battery life thus far. I haven't had any issues with battery life, but I will update you guys when I do the update video. Also, the Nexus is of course GSM unlocked, so they're all GSM unlocked when you buy them from Google Play Store. LTE compatible with T-Mobile and AT&T. So it's a fantastic phone. It's got a lot of really useful features. Doesn't have too many features per se in comparison to say Sense 5.5 or TouchWiz on the Galaxy or on the HTC, but it does what it's supposed to do. It's developer friendly. It's got all the right bells and whistles for any consumer base, no less someone who's tech savvy. So the Nexus is a phone that I would definitely recommend you to buy, or at least look at if you're currently in the market. Alright, we're going to be doing a lot of comparison videos with the Nexus versus the 5S, the Nexus versus the Note 3, 1 Max, G2, everything else, S4, HC1. All of those comparisons will be coming very soon, guys, so look out for that. This is my very simplistic review of the Nexus 5. Again, it's gone on for about almost 16 minutes, but I did want to basically get in depth with the hardware as well as the software and how the unified experience is really something special and something great in my opinion. Alright, thank you guys for watching Technibility. Don't forget to subscribe. Also check us out on Google+, we're Technibility. Also check us out on Twitter and Facebook. You can see the links below. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also don't forget to check out Technibility.com. We are your source for no-nonsense tech. My name is Berge. Thank you guys for watching and have yourself a happy day.